All right, we're back with Pregame Show podcast. We're here live on Instagram, just kind of hanging out in the quarantine, drinking a little Corona beer as we are one to do. What are you guys drinking out there? Every week I ask, send me in some suggestions. We've gotten some interesting ones. I'll put the email at the bottom when we upload this to YouTube. So pregameShowBeer@gmail.com. Send in your suggestions. I'm drinking Corona still because it's just the perfect beer for this virus, obviously. And I'm going to continue drinking Corona until the quarantine's lifted. So, God, it's an awful beer, though. That's dedication to a joke, okay? We got a guest today, very funny guy, Nico Stutley, at Big Stutes. I'll put his name at the bottom. He's going to be joining us here momentarily. We'll drink a little beer. Let me see if we can get him in here. Stutes, if you, oh, there's my poster wall. If you send me a request, we can get you in here. There we go. Coming in, Nico Stutley.
Whoa!
There he is. What's up, brother man?
Cheers. What's up, mate? How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
You got a beer poured?
Yeah, of course I have.
All right, get ready for this. Try to get about 12 ounces poured because this show always starts with the chug race.
Oh, shut up. For fuck's sake.
It's going to get you. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I'm ready. All right, you ready?
Oh,
All right,
racing?
let's do it.
Oh, shit.
Here, cheers me right here. Cheers me right here. Other way, other way.
Oh. Listen.
Ding! Ready? Ready? Fuck.
What?
You got some work to do there.
I'm so pussy.
No, that looks like me every week, week after week. Get to work. You got that Scottish accent. You drink that slow. Cheers, everybody in the comments. Oh, boy.
Fucking hell. What
All
is
right.
this idea?
Now we're ready to start the show. Okay?
I've not fucking hell. Your one's quick, isn't it? Let me grab another one real quick.
Yeah, get you another one poured. I'll keep the guests entertained. Nico's a funny guy. We met at the Comedy Store out on the front porch, and he said he's from Rome, Georgia, and I'm from, the greater metro Atlanta area, so small world every time out there. We went and saw Kill Tony together. Remember that? Saw a really good Kill Tony together at the Comedy Store.
Oh, yeah. Really good.
Fantastic.
What a show. That's a great show, isn't it?
It's such a good show. We're so lucky to be this close. Loved it.
I love how wild it gets. Like, they don't give a fuck,
No, they really don't. And it's the #1 live podcast in the world. It's crazy. They just get away with it. They get away with murder every night. I love it. So tell me, how's the quarantine been treating you?
I've had enough. I've honestly.
You done with it?
Yeah. It was fun at first, but there's only so much Netflix and fucking bullshit you can watch.
There is only so much Netflix. That's so true. What are you watching, by the way?
I've watched all the shit shows you can imagine. Love is Blind. Some shit one about these. It's called like Marrying Millions, and these young women are like trying to get married to these old men in their 60s and say it's for love. Millionaire. It's really weird but funny.
That's awesome. What did I just see? I just saw some Spanish movie where it's dubbed in English, but it's about some platform of food, like
lower. It's good. That yeah, the platform, yeah.
The platform. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Oh man, just like a really right on the nose kind of play on capitalism, but it was really well done,
isn't it? How like even though there's all that food, people at the top still want to like throw spit down.
Yeah, it's exactly how it is. That guy climbing up and they shit on his face.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, tell me this. Which do you prefer? Do you like the dub where they just completely dub over the original actor's voice, or do you prefer subtitles?
Subtitles if I had to choose.
You do?
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'm the
I hate
same.
the mouth
I
movement.
know the mouth. I edit these stupid podcasts in the mouth, and the audio's never right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It makes it feel amateur seeing that on Netflix, but I know it's a different language. It just still it reminds me of like old Power Rangers.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you mean. Man, Power Rangers, fucking hell.
Power Rangers was awesome.
Hey, this podcast is cool though. I like your studio. It looks really
Oh,
professional.
thanks, man. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. I couldn't go on hiatus after episode 1,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
the only one I got out before the quarantine. But this
I mean,
works too.
yeah. How many have you done now?
This is number 6.
Hmm,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Tell me about your. You got a new podcast going.
Oh
Tell me
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
What's the name? I'll put it at the bottom.
It's called the Big Stoop Show. It's a shit name. I'm gonna
All
change
right.
it.
No, that's a great name. Big
But
Stute. We'll spell it at the bottom. Stute. Stut.
yeah.
Yeah. Stuts. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I was just bored in my house, and
Yeah.
especially with this quarantine, you see everyone's on Facebook and Instagram talking shit about, it's a hoax, or it's this, or it's that, and everyone's just talking, like saying nothing. I thought
Mm-hmm.
I might as well just make a bit of light of everyone, just every sort of stuff you see in the
Yeah.
news,
Yeah. I've listened to them. Really good
fucking,
rants. I love them. I love them.
So
Definitely check
yeah.
out that podcast. Yep, yep. I've just been uploading this one to YouTube and getting, 6, 7 views.
Oh, really?
But it's just putting in the reps. We got
Yeah,
nothing else to do. What are you
exactly.
doing? If you want to get a podcast going, you got to get it going.
I feel, especially with now that with podcasts, because the thing about me, I'm not great at writing. Like I find a hard time sitting down and going, right, write a joke.
Writing jokes, yeah.
Yeah, but when you're doing like a podcast, you're just talking and like sort of
Mm-hmm.
spitballing.
It is a good way to find new material for sure.
Yeah,
You go back to points you made. Yeah, definitely.
especially when it's like current event stuff, what's going on,
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, everybody? Just joining. We're here with Big Stoots, having a few beers. I just destroyed him in a chug race.
Yeah, it's not my
Hey, tell
fault.
me, what is your accent? I've asked you this at least 3 times. It's
Guess it's not
British.
British, yeah, but guess
Yeah,
what
yeah.
country?
Okay, yeah.
I
I wanted to say, I said Scottish earlier because I want to make it about a drinking culture, but yeah, British is a pretty big drinking culture too. You should have beat me in that race. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. I should, but this is your podcast. I haven't drank in a while.
That's true. I prepared
Hey.
so hard. I made sure there was no head on that beer. I made sure it wasn't ice cold. I had all the parameters, and I just sprung it on you.
I fancy my chances. You want to snort a few lines, though. That's more my area of expertise.
Do you have a few for me? That's what I didn't prep before the quarantine.
I didn't know what sort of party it would be. You've got to start slow,
Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
So how long have you been doing comedy?
I'm not doing that Zoom shit. I watched one of them. Watched the people go into a Zoom meeting and
Yeah.
chuckle at the jokes. It's just bomb city.
Yeah.
I don't need to be bombing in a quarantine.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I really don't.
But
What about you? What are you doing? Have you done any of those?
No.
No. Yeah, I can't do it. Have you seen any of them? They're absolutely painful.
It's awful, yeah.
I can't do it. But you know what?
Laugh, like someone says something, it's not that funny, but then there's like a delayed laugh.
Yeah. There's just no laugh. But you know what was really good? And this is just kind of how it goes. The Comedy Store put on a Zoom meeting. And there was just always 4 big name comics going. And you could just donate. You can see it on YouTube now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that was hilarious because it's just the funniest people in the business just chatting. Of course, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But going to an open mic online, ooh,
No.
can't do it. I can't do it. No. And
Even,
it's not because I'm scared of bombing. It's just because I'm just like, first of all, you have to pay for that.
Really?
Yeah, they're like $3 to $5, just like real ones. You gotta go pay to bomb digitally. I'll just email my mom and she'll fucking let me know how unfunny I am.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I can't wait to get back to mics. I'm pretty.
Oh, I can't either. I know. I'm really. How do you think this is going to affect the open mic scene? What comes out of this? Do you think there's only the people who are now willing to risk their lives doing it, come out? Or do you think people have had so long to dwell and just sit around, they're like, I can do comedy, and there's going to be more people?
I mean, I think it's always like that. I think people always see stuff and go, I can do comedy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they've been pent up so long.
And especially now they've been pent up. They've seen a few specials. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you seen some of the specials that have come out? Like, did you see Chris D'Elia's?
Did not see Delia's. I got the Louis one. That was hilarious.
Oh, you bought the? I'm gonna buy that. Yeah.
Really good.
Good, yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah. Really good. He's still the king. I know there was all that jerking off shit, but that doesn't affect. You know, he's still hilarious.
Yeah.
And he does a bunch of bits on the jerking off. It's hilarious.
Brilliant. Yeah, I need to get it. It's on his website, right?
Yeah, it's like $8. If it wasn't funny, I wouldn't laugh. You know.
But Louis is still the king. It's just a shame, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of shit happens, but
one of his jokes is, "I'll go ahead and burn it here. You can steal from Louis. You can do whatever you want to Louis now." But I will credit. This is obviously a Louis joke. He goes, "If you ask somebody, can I jerk off in front of you, and they say yes, go ahead and ask them again. And if they say yes again, don't do it." Oh, that was the best. Only he could write that joke, you know.
Yeah, who do you like to watch when you watch comedy? Like, who would you like to model yourself off if you had to choose?
Model myself off? Oh man, I don't know. Okay, I got a couple for you. Norm Macdonald, Bill Burr, Patton Oswalt. It's hilarious. You know, and then the great Sam Kinison, Pryor. But then I'm obviously into a lot of up and coming younger ones that nobody knows, or even some of the huge ones like Tony Hinchcliffe, John Mulaney. You know.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like someone I'm really into recently is Tim Dillon.
Oh,
you heard him on podcast.
I should have said him. God, I love Tim Dillon. He is like, hilarious.
Really,
he's really good.
On, like everyone's podcast recently. He was on Rogan, and he was on the.
Yeah, he swept the podcast circuit. Yeah, that's the move. But he's hilarious. Yeah, he's one of those people that you can't cancel him. He's like a fat gay Jew or something, so you just can't cancel him. And he says the most horrible shit.
You know what I mean? There's no bullshit.
It's no bullshit. It's funny. It's almost like a satirical Alex Jones or something. It's really funny.
It really is. He's a big fan, but yeah.
Who else? Who else is new and coming up? Ron Funches, or however you say it, is hilarious.
Ron Funches.
He's a black guy. He just had a podcast on All Things Comedy Network. He's a real boisterous. He's hilarious. Who else? Man, I think Lights Out got canceled with David Spade.
Really?
Because of the quarantine. I was loving that show.
I used to do audience work in that show. You know, like
did you? What do you mean?
Well, for people in the crowd, they pay you to be a crowd member. You go.
Really? That was a paid one? I did at midnight just I just want to see it live.
Yeah, honestly, you sign up for this thing, right? And it does extra and audience work just to make a bit of extra money. And you go there, they put you in the crowd.
Dude, I've done it for free. I didn't know they paid people for that.
Yeah. You go in the crowd, and there's some guy, who's like the warm-up coach or something.
Yeah, the warm-up guy. That's a great job. Hey, as a comic, that's a going up job and a coming back down job.
I can't imagine doing that job.
Can you even imagine? Yeah.
It's fake. It's fuck that.
It's very fakey, but it's also just you do it's kind of that middle America material, just for fatties who would sit in the crowd like me, just sitting there.
Yeah.
And so it's just easy material. I don't know if they paid well, it'd be a good gig.
It's the same people that, the people that think the corona's going to get them, but them, being 100
protesting
and having diabetes and smoking all the time is not going to kill them. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be the corona.
It'll be the corona. People who pull their mask down to hit a cig and
fuck. It's just so full of shit.
Well,
hey, what do you think about these people that are saying that now this has all happened, everyone's going to learn to love each other and have compassion, and do you know what I mean? And everyone's going to,
What a joke. We're going to lose a bunch of civil liberties. They're going to do a new Patriot Act.
Bullshit.
And you know what? People are going to despise each other after this because It went from coughing was like, could you do that way, to now it's like, you're trying to kill me? Are you trying to murder me? Coughing in my vicinity? It's not cool anymore. It's not fun. I'm very scared of that. Going back. I was already that way. I was already like a germaphobe. Like I would like hold my breath in a nasty bathroom and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's just like, holy shit.
It might be.
We really can't die from the air.
Yeah. We might have to wear masks all the time. Like, you know, in Asia, that's quite common, you know, before all this. You know, like, you always see in China, you see people wearing masks all the time.
Yeah, they were way ahead of the game. I think it's because this sort of thing is like more prevalent over there. Just like weird eating shit alive viruses. They boil dogs alive. Come on. There's consequences. But now it's gotten everywhere, and it's just like, are we moving into a mask culture where we just wear masks everywhere, every day?
Like, if they said, right, the band's up today, would you go out and be like, back to
No! And I've been thinking about it. I gotta get back out and do comedy to get, because I basically, I hadn't even been doing a comedy for a year, like 10, 11 months. And so now it's like basically restarting.
Yeah.
It's like starting over. So I should be the day one, go out there. But of course I'm not going to go pass a mic with a bunch of fucking degenerates who don't even wipe their ass with fucking toilet paper. No, I'm going to wait like a good month and a half and then be like,
make sure the coast is clear.
would you wear a mask and do comedy? I would. You wouldn't?
No.
You won't do it?
It's weird.
Why is that? So does that mean you're not doing comedy, or you're doing comedy without a mask?
I'll do comedy without a mask.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Front lines. We need people like you to just hurl at the front lines. Go, go, go.
Fuck it. Like, can you imagine trying to do comedy with your mouth like that? Fuck. You couldn't
I imagine week 1, week 2 of it's lifted. You can all go back to normal. At least half of the audience is wearing a mask, and at least half of the comics are wearing a mask. I would be willing to bet. So you're going to be a non-masker?
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, to be honest, you can't create a seal with such a good beard, you know? So you're fucked at it either way.
I wish I had hair like you. You've got beautiful hair.
I wish I had any sort of facial hair.
Hey,
that'd be sweet.
Jesus Christ.
This is what happens when you can't get a haircut. I used to have hair your length before the quarantine.
Shut up.
I'm just taking biotin.
Fucking, I'd pay good money for some hair like that if I had it.
Hey, let's talk price. I'll make this into a wig for you.
I might have to go for a consultation afterwards to get my head transplant. You know.
Where are they going to take it from?
What?
Where do they take it from?
The back of your head. Yeah.
I thought they take it for like your lower back and your shoulders.
Your pubic bone.
A little bit of pubes, yeah. You can fill out the top middle with pubes. Nobody would notice. Just slick it back.
Man, do anything good hair.
No, I'm covering up a bald spot. It's like the whole top of my head. I'm just kidding.
It grows down.
It gets bigger every day. I hate it. But the hat covers it.
Shit.
This has gone off the rails. I don't even know where we started or where we're going.
I can't remember talking about it.
It was after the chug.
I'm high as well.
Yeah, it was about 420 wasn't that long ago. It's 5.
It's still 420 the month, you know.
Right, yeah. It's always 420 this month.
Well, this April's gone quick, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was my birthday month. Earth Day is my birthday. It just came and went.
When was your birthday?
In the wind.
What date's your birthday?
22nd, Earth Day.
Oh shit.
It was actually a great birthday. I can't believe it was such a good birthday, but.
Are you a Taurus?
Yeah.
Me too.
4 Taurus. You are too? When's your birthday? May 11th? Oh shit, coming up. Woo! Yeah. Oh, you almost got out of the quarantine.
I know, man.
I'm dead in the middle of it. I had no hope.
Oh, so when are they meant to let us out? May 15th, they say?
What? But then they closed down all California beaches today.
Oh, really?
All of them. They were just like please stay at home. But a couple counties were like, you can have your beaches open. And then a bunch of pictures came out of packed beaches, and Governor Newsom was like, "You're embarrassing us on an international stage. No more beaches." So you can be arrested for going to the beach now.
Mate,
That's how it should be during this
Florida's
kind of
beaches
time.
are wide open.
I just saw your story. You were at like the park, and it was just packed as far as the eye could see. God, why is no one taking this seriously?
I mean, honestly, at work as well, it's got busier. There's more cars in the street. No one gives a fuck. Everyone just puts a mask on and gets on with it, you know? Pretty shit.
Jesus Christ.
But
I was coming home today, big, full respirator mask on with the plug-in. I got the big, like, spray paint one. And a guy was just sitting there with a broken, I don't know if it's a crack pipe or a meth pipe, but the glass one with the bulb at the end, it was just sitting there on the sidewalk like, I broke it, but I'm gonna just chill here. And my first thought was, put a fucking mask on.
yeah,
It had nothing to do with the crack or that he's clearly gonna die in a minute and that he's homeless and laying on the ground. It was, why isn't this guy wearing a mask? That's where they've gotten us.
If this is as deadly as they say it is, all homeless people should be dead, shouldn't they? Because they haven't got access to masks and stuff, you know? They're out on the street.
Well, the problem is the amount of new homeless that will come out of this has got to be exponential. They shut down the whole economy because less than 1% of people are going to die.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, I don't think we should restart the economy and let them die, but also if like 40% of people are going to become homeless, isn't that worse?
I don't know.
I hate it. I specifically came into this podcast like, we aren't talking about quarantine. We aren't talking about coronavirus. What the fuck else is there to talk about?
There's nothing else we can talk about.
It's all day, every day, and it unites the whole world in just pandemonium.
Crazy, man.
Here we are.
People have had enough. Really.
Thank God, though. You imagine if this had happened in 1998?
Oh, yeah.
And we had fucking Nintendo 64s. We're live chatting and chug racing. People are watching, like up to 2 to 3 people.
Yeah, it's about 3 people watching.
And they're just like, what am I doing here? If you're watching, pour the beer you have in your house. We can get more.
If you're watching, you really got shit else to do.
Right? My girlfriend keeps being like, no, I'm saving that. For what? There's no saving anything anymore. Yeah. No. This is end times. We need to break out anything we were saving and be like, today. Because tomorrow would be sweet, but there's now... what if tomorrow it's just like... Wait, can you believe... Let's talk about the news stories that have been disregarded during this coronavirus. Kim Jong-un may be dead.
But how true is that, though? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, because you know what I was also thinking? There's no, like, we found him with his heart bleeding on the street. It's just like, we haven't seen him in weeks. Yeah. The dictator of a country would probably be under a pretty serious quarantine.
Yeah.
During a lockdown.
Yeah.
But then also, they were just like, there's basically aliens.
Yeah.
Is there?
Aliens?
Did you see the White House released the video?
That could be. That's another thing. It doesn't look like there's not aliens hanging off the side of the the aircraft. You know what I mean? It's like unidentified. It could be Russian aircraft, the Chinese. You just got to always try to say the Chinese for no reason. It could be the Chinese. You know.
That's the scariest part. Do you think it's some sort of power play, like the Russian and Chinese government? No, we would never release anything about extraterrestrial life. So this is like a flex, like, oh, look, we saw our own ships that can do that can break physics.
Have you heard that conspiracy that the Chinese are behind this?
Yeah, well, it's not a stretch.
No, not at all.
I mean, they had the Wuhan factory like 2 miles from these wet markets. So, I mean, if they stop selling live animals to be eaten alive out of all this, again, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a big win.
I saw this article that it basically said that China were behind it all, and this is all hearsay, right? But they're basically saying how Trump cost the Chinese economy $1 trillion or something since he's been in charge. Market was a mess, and all of a sudden they do something, and now it's the whole world is fucked.
Well, here's a problem with that. This also really fucked China, like bad. Like their economy, their people. That's the only thing that makes me think, no, I mean, maybe they still did it, but it's asinine to just be like, we're going to fuck our own people first and it'll eventually get to America. It just doesn't seem.
But there's also.
Seems like they would like plant it in San Francisco if it was China,
I don't think it was a planting thing, but I think, like, I've seen some things that people have said they knew it happened and they could have shut off the borders, but they knew their economy would be fucked. So if they just let it go, and then the whole world would be fucked because
the whole world's fucked and China wins.
If
that's an interesting question. If when the whole world is fucked, if China benefits from that, yeah, you gotta wonder.
And the thing is, though, you never know. These days, you don't know who to believe with the media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't believe anyone. It's the problem. If you're listening to this podcast for news, good call. This is where you get the most honest news.
Hey, everything we're saying is hearsay.
I hear it, you say it.
Yeah. I haven't made one real opinion. I've just heard people talk and I'm repeating it.
Oh shit! All right, how you doing on beer? I'm finishing up here. Let's talk real quick. I feel like we'd be stupid to not talk about toilet paper. How's your toilet paper situation?
I'm pretty good right now.
You stocked up?
Yeah, I mean, not really. I think that was all a bit of a.
Do you live with any women?
No.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Yeah. No, but
you literally use at least half of what they use.
Yeah. So. No, it's been fine for me. I bought one pack. I'm due a pack soon, but it's not crazy.
We're down to a napkin from takeout situation.
Really?
And get this. I ordered a Hello Tushy bidet. Hey, Hello Tushy, can we get a sponsor on here?
Hello
Once
Tushy.
I start talking, I ordered a Hello Tushy bidet with the warm, with the warm option, and 6 to 8 week delivery.
How much is one of them going for?
$100.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you upgrade. Okay. If you have a specific nozzle in your house that is only for your asshole and it has warm water, that's a quality of life upgrade. You can't go back, I feel like. So
you wipe after you get the bidet.
Yeah. You gotta get it. It's wet, right?
You know, in Thailand they've got like a gun.
Oh.
They've got a gun and they shoot it.
But everybody touches the gun?
Yes.
The shithole gun?
Spray it, drop it, and they sit there and let it dry. Like there's no paper. It's weird.
They sit there for like 25 minutes until it dries?
I embraced all the cultures. I had
pad. You need to cite your sources on this one.
Do you know what I mean? I fucked he-boys, whatever. I did the whole culture thing. But
you fucked he-boys? Rewind. Let's go back.
That's a joke. Hey, but the gun.
Damn it!
Hey, that's a joke. But the gun thing, I couldn't do. I had to. I couldn't do the gun thing. It's weird. I couldn't do it. But
people are sitting there shitting out their asshole. Horrible Thai diarrhea from their spicy food, and then they touch a gun that 300 million people have touched before them. Squirt their asshole with it. Put it down, and then you come in and touch the gun?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Hey, and I bet that...
I'm surprised coronavirus is all we have. We don't...
The immune system is built up. It's strong. It's not like these weak...
You don't even need the gun. Just put a roll of fucking toilet paper.
These Westerners have that weak immune system. They're strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, shit, dude. Let's wrap this up. Hey, have you got your stimulus money?
I have, yeah. I did.
I haven't. What, did you file your taxes this year?
I filed them 2 years ago, but then I filled out the thing online.
What thing?
You haven't got the thing?
No. Please send me a link to that.
I'll send you the link.
I'm just sitting around there like, there's no stimulus check.
I'll send you the thing. I think, where is it?
Please do.
Yeah,
I
I
would
will.
like that money that I'm gonna pay for next year on my tax return when they hit me up for like 3,800.
Fuck
They're
it.
gonna hit me up for this money. I know better. They don't give out free money. This fucking government. God damn it. Oh, real quick. I've got write-in advice. Somebody wrote in. You want to help me answer this?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is a pregame show fan, one of two. Here we go. Hey Andy, big fan of the podcast. I feel. Wait, real quick. I'll write at the bottom. Write into pregameshowbeer@gmail.com. If you want any advice answered from a couple of
Okay.
fucking numbskulls who are drunk. All right. Hey Andy, big fan of the podcast. I feel guilty for not doing my hobbies. I like to do them, but I don't want to do them. I like programming, making games, and playing guitar, but I haven't done much of either of these in the past few weeks. I don't know why, because I know I like it, but I just don't want to do it. I don't know how to explain it. I could say that I have to study a lot, but that just feels like an excuse for being lazy. So then I don't do these things and feel guilty and bad about myself because I feel like I should do them because that's what I like. I also wanted to start learning Spanish, but I haven't because I'm afraid that I won't do that too, and it will just make me feel more guilty. Basically, I feel bad about myself for not doing my hobbies. Any advice on this would be appreciated. Chris from Seattle.
What? That was the worst written sentence of all time. He said the same thing 4 times.
Hey, these are fans of the podcast.
All right, sorry. Yeah, good podcast. It's a great podcast.
Let's help them honestly. Okay.
Honestly, first
They
of all,
they love they want to do their hobbies, but they can't bring themselves to do them.
They don't like them that much. Then
I agree.
How can it be a hobby if a hobby is something you enjoy doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whatever he's doing instead of what he thinks he should be doing, that's what he likes doing. If he's playing video games or jacking off,
that's his hobby.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. So programming and making games and playing guitar are the hobbies. Jesus, dude. Yeah, if this isn't the time to pick up the guitar, there's never gonna be one. This is the time to just be strumming in bed, hanging out all day. We're home. What do you work at Kroger?
And I'll give him a tip. Just start by doing 5 minutes a day. If he thinks it's to just pick up for 5 minutes, put it down.
Point. That's a great point.
Doing it day by day, little by little, you'll like it.
That's starting to treat your hobbies like some sort of goal. A hobby isn't goal oriented. A hobby is something you genuinely enjoy doing. I think Nico had a good point. If you have to push yourself to do it, maybe do something else. Maybe do the things you don't have to push yourself to do.
Exactly.
Right? And if that is just video games and masturbating, like you alluded to,
nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. But keep them in your own house. Keep all that in your own house. And, and send the video of you doing it to @BigStuts. I'll put it at the bottom.
I'll take all videos.
You're about to get at least one video of that one guy who asked this. Chris from Seattle. Chris from Seattle, thank you for listening. We love you, man. Basically, you're hating on yourself. You're feeling guilty and bad about yourself because you're not doing the things you think you want to be doing. Maybe you should go all the way back to the thinking about what you want to be doing phase and be like, do I really even want to be doing this if I have to force it? I don't think it is. I don't think it's something you need to be doing. Maybe the programming and that shit can take a break. Play the guitar. Or maybe the guitar can take a break. Get back in there. Program some sort of code. I don't know what the fuck that world is. Make an app or some shit. I don't know. But if you hate it while you're doing it, don't do it. Period. Right. Especially if you're not getting paid to do it.
Don't do it. If it doesn't light your soul, don't do it.
Bingo. All right. So I think we answered this question. Chris from Seattle. Right?
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Thank you. Again, if you want to write in, I'll put the email at the bottom, pregameshowbeer@gmail.com. Write in your advice as if you want a drunk doofus at the bar to answer it. Not like,
No,
not
no,
like
no, no.
real advice. It's just like, no, you should do this, and
Yeah.
it's generally bad advice, but
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll still answer your questions, honestly. All right, Big Stitch. You got anything else
Thanks for
to
having me on, man.
tell me? Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. This was a pretty good episode. I'm hammered. I hope people in the future, I hope people in like 2050 are just digging this up on YouTube and just like, what is this garbage?
I know,
Hammering beers and enjoying it, you know? We can hope.
Yeah. See.
All right, man. Thanks for being on. I appreciate you.
Peace.
You too, brother. I'll put your podcast at the bottom. Say it one more time, Big Stoots.
The Big Stoots Show. It's on YouTube.
Big Stoots Show. What's that on?
YouTube.
Check it out on
link in my
YouTube.
bio. There's a link in my. Just put my my.
I'll put it in the description of the video on YouTube when I upload this.
All right. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you for coming on. I'll see you soon. All right, brother. All right, guys. That's Big Stoots. Nico Stootley. Very funny comic. We'll do another episode next week if we're still in this mess. I got a pool coming. I'm probably gonna do it from the pool. It's a kiddie pool. Don't get your hopes up. All right. Please subscribe to Pregame Show with Andy Lowe on YouTube. Love you guys. See you next week. Ooh.